We're back! Finally!
Oh my gosh, finally, yeah.
Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day. And
tomorrow.
Tomorrow, and happy Independence Day, 5 days from now. Oh. Actually, probably when this goes up, it will be Canada Day, so...
Okay, so today...
Happy Canada Day.
...is...
Sunday.
June 30th, 2019.
This is Season 2, Episode 7. We are a close-knit family.
We're Nick Cass.
Nick Cass from Armstrong in the North Okanagan region.
It has been a long time.
Oh my gosh. In British Columbia, Canada, following my adventures as a newer knitter and our ongoing yarn and knitting addiction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Boy, is it ongoing.
Boy, is it ongoing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've kind of fallen off the bandwagon, but we'll talk about that later, maybe.
Okay.
But for now, the skies above Armstrong, it's been wet.
Well, I don't know, because, okay, so I just got back from a week of camping.
Mm-hmm.
And just before that, Mike took a trip to Vancouver.
Yeah.
So, while we were camping, we were in the Kootenays.
Yeah.
And it was, which is well, there's the Okanagan, and then there's the Kootenays.
Yeah.
In British Columbia. But anyway.
I would almost relate it to counties, but
not really. No,
not really.
It's the Kootenay Lake, and
yeah.
So not as far as the Rockies, but
nearer to.
But yeah, closer towards the Rocky Mountains.
Between the Okanagan and the Rockies is the Kootenays.
Is the Kootenays.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it was literally wait 5 minutes and the weather will change.
Oh yeah.
Rain, sun, rain, sun. Thunderstorm, sun, rain, sun. Yeah, it was. And there was one night, I was hot all night, and the next night I was like in all my woolies, my toque on. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, that about describes what it was like here too.
So, skies above Armstrong and the Kootenays.
Not undecided.
All in one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you went to Vancouver with Robin. How'd that go? And again, this is not just like us going, okay, we know exactly what we're going to talk about.
No, this is us catching up. It was good. I really enjoyed it. The trip down was fabulous.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it was, the drive down was fine.
Yeah.
We
just went from fabulous to fine.
Well.
In 10 seconds. Okay, it was a good trip down.
It was a good trip down. I think we got into Vancouver right at the start.
Did we? I am Sue. I am Mike.
I don't know. I'm Michael.
I'm Sue.
Hi. Call me Mike.
Zing.
Zing. Yeah, I think we got into Vancouver right at the start of rush hour. I was doing most of the driving, all the driving. And there were a couple moments in Vancouver where I was like, oh, whoops, tourist.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oh, I did that. Oh, thank you.
I need to not be in this lane, tourist.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're staying with Uncle Cool Cam of Cool Cam Stitch Markers, we were just sort of being a tourist around Vancouver. We hit the Science World, TELUS World of Science, which was Robin's first time there. So she was super excited, and it lived up to all of her expectations.
Oh, that's good. And for you, was there much of a change, or?
I was surprised at how much I was still interested in what was there,
right.
if that makes sense.
Cool. No, it's a cool place, because I know you're probably, shoot, I mean, the last time you were there, you were probably 12 or 13.
Maybe. And, yeah.
Yeah, and really? All of that stuff, just spinning a thing around would be cool, right? It's something that moves, whee! But as an adult, it's still interesting
it's still cool,
stuff, yeah.
Because now I'm like, okay, here's what this is actually showing, and, and yeah, that was really cool. We caught, the Science World has a Omnimax theater, which is different than IMAX. I believe the difference is that Omnimax wraps around you. Anyway, saw a feature, The Great Bear Rainforest.
Oh, I bet that was neat. Yeah,
narrated by Ryan Reynolds.
Oh.
Which, it was, I don't know, that was weird. in some ways. There were a couple lines where
Deadpool.
yeah, there were a couple points in it where I was like, okay, so was Ryan scripted to say that, or was he like improvising?
Was improvising. Yeah. Well, I mean, he is one of Vancouver's favorite sons.
He is
at present. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was beautiful. Some of the shots and
See, I can't do those kind of theater things because they make me barf.
Yeah.
Sorry, true life story.
They do. Yeah, the exhibit there, the main exhibit there was Numbers in Nature, a Mirror Maze.
Oh,
so
interesting.
It was all about numbers, which is one of my main interests in nature and fractals and
the Fibonacci
sequence. Yeah. Well,
cool.
Drink water. But also happening at Science World around that same time was the Concord Dragon Boat Festival. Which Uncle Cool Cam was rowing in.
Cammy was
Yep.
rowing.
By the time that we were out of Science World and actually walking through the festival, we actually ran into Cam while we were walking through the festival, and he was like, yeah, my next race is in half an hour. Honestly, if you guys have other plans, I'd go to those. But while we were walking through there, we saw a couple races go by, so that was cool.
And you caught the Aquabus.
And
went right through a race.
Yeah, through the racing area.
Right.
Which was weird. Yeah, so the False Creek there, where Telus World of Science is, and Granville Island, and on the very end is Vanier Park with the Maritime Museum. They have a small ferry service through there, with just like itty bitty little 12-person ferries.
Yeah.
That zip up and down the False Creek, and we wanted to go to Granville Island, but we spent too much time in Science World.
Well,
and we were on a. And then that made it so that we were almost late to get to the planetarium before it closed.
Right.
So we got to the planetarium. And again, Robin had never been to the planetarium. We got there just in time for a planetarium show.
Good.
So that was fun. They have this great big projector for all the stars, and it's a really neat looking thing. But it's been retired, so now they just have like projectors around the outside of the planetarium. It doesn't have the same magic. They can do more with it, but it's not the same.
Oh, it's not like the 70s when people used to go and get really high and then go watch Pink Floyd Night Lights, the laser show in the planetarium.
Cam actually asked.
So we did in the 70s. Got really high. Okay, I was too young.
I was going to say.
The early 80s, I was still too young and I never did it. But I heard it was great. I was only barely too young. They stopped doing the Pink Floyd thing by the time I...
Yeah, they actually made reference.
By the time I was getting high. Kidding. Only a little bit, but anyway.
And so once we were out of the planetarium show, then we had like 15 minutes to bomb around the gallery in there.
Right.
The gallery, which hasn't changed since I was in like grade 7.
Yeah.
So that was super quick.
I'm guessing you didn't do the Maritime Museum, which is right next door.
No, we did not. We did not have time because we had some friends who we were meeting at the Stormcrow Ale House.
Oh, this sounds like fun.
Yeah, the nerdiest bar you will ever, restaurant you will ever go to. Literally sitting at our table, there were 4 TVs in my eyesight. One of them was playing Firefly.
Okay.
Another one was playing a movie, I think it was called The Page Master.
Okay.
It's an old cartoony type thing. TV up behind me was just playing Star Trek.
Okay.
On Netflix. And 2 of the other TVs, I guess you could rent them to play video games because that's what people were doing.
Cool.
And they have a great big wall of board games and various nerdy themed food. For those of you who know what a beholder is for Dungeons and Dragons, there's a great big beholder statue behind the bar.
It's okay.
It's out of reach. But one of the features there, they have a shots menu where you order a shot, and what you do is you roll a 20-sided die, and you get what you get.
You get whatever number turns up.
Yeah. Robin rolled the natural 20, which means that she got a, which is the best you can do on a 20-sided die. So she got a special shot glass that she got to keep.
Cool.
I drank a sonic screwdriver from that.
Okay.
And at the recommendation of our friends who were there, we drank butterbeers and What We Drink in the Dark.
What about your burger?
Oh, my burger. So they have the Dungeon Burger, which they actually hand you like a character sheet and a 20-sided die, and you roll on all these different parts of the sheet to assemble your burger.
I thought that sounded like a hoot.
Yeah, I ended up with a grilled chicken burger with like spicy hummus, a pickle, matzo cheese. It was super good.
I bet it was.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, then the next day we did what we really wanted to go down to Vancouver for, which was the aquarium.
Yeah.
Because Robin loves the aquarium. Robin loves sloths.
And she got to see the sloth.
She got to see the sloth at the aquarium. I may insert here a video I took when we actually saw the sloth. Might.
I see him. Do you see him? Sloth.
But yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that was really good, and then we spent the evening of that day just hanging out with Cool Cam and Mel.
Right.
Yeah.
And then coming home.
Coming home,
Just spit it out. We don't have
my
a
car transmission died.
So Mike's car is dead
Mike's car is dead.
in Kelowna.
Uh-huh.
And we were away and couldn't
Yeah.
help. And
Thankfully, though, what's in Kelowna is my sister and her boyfriend. Her
Yes.
boyfriend, who is a mechanic.
yes, and
So-
you got to borrow your old car.
I got to borrow his car, which is my old car. Until you guys could mail me the keys to Dad's car so that I could drive that around.
Yeah.
And
Oh my goodness.
God, what timing!
Yeah. So
That was my trip.
happened.
That was my
happened. Yeah. And we went camping.
And you guys went camping.
And on the way to camping, I saw posts on Instagram before we left that there was a fiber festival in New Denver,
Ooh!
which we were driving right through.
I was gonna say, you didn't happen to stop in New Denver, BC, did you?
Yes, I did.
Would that have been
Well, at first I saw that, okay, there's this fiber festival. So what is it called? Fiberphilia? Fiberphilia.
Fiberphilia in New Denver.
Fiberphilia.
In New Denver.
In New Denver, BC. And I was like, okay, too bad, because we're going through there on Sunday. And usually that type of thing happens on a Saturday.
Yeah.
So I was like, darn, we're going to miss it by a day. And then it was a 2-day event.
Oh!
So I was like, okay, if we get there in time, we'll stop in there. Now, let's be really clear. New Denver, well, it's smaller than Armstrong.
Oh.
It's smaller than Enderby.
Oh.
Or at least the part we were in. Maybe there's more of it somewhere else. But Dad said to me on the way there, he says, okay, well, so do you know where we're going in New Denver? And I said, yeah, we're going to turn left. He said, left from, well, the highway.
Yeah.
And I said, and if we miss it, you know, the road that we're going to go around the back, we'll turn left on that road. And we'll, you know, there's like 2 blocks.
Yeah.
And in there is the school and everything. So went to the Fiberphilia in New Denver.
That's nice.
And it was great. It was great. So walked in the door and I was given this bag.
Nice.
But I mean, inside the bag, just for showing up. Nope, that's your present.
What?
Just for showing up.
I just heard the word no, that's your present.
That's your other present.
What?
Okay, just for showing up. So was my bag, and I got some very nice tapestry needles.
Oh, nice.
From, there we go, So Much More in New Denver, BC.
Cool.
And there was a great lineup of vendors there.
Of course, when I think Fiber Festival, I think Knit City, which I'm sure this was nothing like.
No. I had to, Dad watching is like, wow, there's a lot of, booths here.
And I'm looking at your thing and I'm like, that's like 1/4.
It's not even.
1/4 of half of.
Not even. Not even. So, I saw Riverstone Yarns there, and they were sort of on my list of, because we were going to a campsite, Kokanee Creek Provincial Campground, which is near Nelson.
Okay.
So I knew Riverstone Yarns was somewhere near there, and there they were.
Okay.
At Fiberphilia.
Okay.
So that saved me a trip. But yeah, there was anyway lots. So the names that you might be familiar with. So Riverstone Yarns, Two Sticks and Use, Ginger Snap was there, Poppy Yarns was there, Black Cat was there, Big Blue Mama was there.
Twisted Fae, that dice bag I knitted for my friend. Yeah. Okay.
So much more. That Darn Yarn Shop from Kamloops was there. Studio Britta, she does amazing project bags with darning and stuff on them. Sarah Elizabeth Fiberworks. And it was just, did I say Ginger Snap?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. So lots of well-known vendors and what have you there.
I just like Fat Marmot.
I know, right? Yeah, Clausen's Fiber Garden. I that's not all of them. There were more.
Okay. Great big contact sheet.
Anyway, so yeah, that was great. So I walked in the door and there was Riverstone Yarns right there, and I was just about finished the socks I was knitting.
Yep.
And I wanted to knit another pair, but I was going to run out of my contrast, so I picked up this little skein, a mini skein from Riverstone Yarns for doing contrast on my next pair of socks, my next Mud Punch socks.
Nice.
And we'll talk more about those in a sec. Well, we'll just do this and we'll see how nicely that color's going to go with those.
Ooh, very nice.
Right? Okay. So I picked that up from Riverstone Yarns. That was a happy moment. And then I ran into... went into Big Blue Mama. Now, I'd just spoken to Carrie, days before. I'd stalked her all over the North Okanagan so I could meet with her and talk about a project. And then there she was again in New Denver. I walked up and said, seriously, I am not stalking you. She's like, are you following me? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not. Anyway, so I picked up these stitch markers. Mike's like, I think they're for me. So I got these stitch markers. So they've got the SSK and the Knit 2 together.
Oh yeah.
So you put those on your knitting, like where you're going to make an SSK or a Knit 2 together.
Right.
Right? So you remember, am I doing an SSK or a Knit 2 together? Yeah. So happy birthday.
Thank you.
Those are for you. I got you those from the market.
Now,
I also stopped, I stopped at a few of the things. Sorry, get my head out of the bag here. I stopped at a shop. This was Sarah Elizabeth Fiberworks from Rossland, BC. And there is her contact information. And you might say, why do we care? Oh, you can't see it. There we go. Okay, so yeah, freeze your thing if you want. So Mike's putting a picture in here of this amazing fiber. So this is hand spun fiber, and I've seen something similar to this on another. So I'm just showing Mike so he can understand because you're looking at the picture.
Oh wow!
It's hand spun fiber. It's I'm trying to remember. I think they were 250 gram skeins. Wow. So the skeins are about like this big.
Yeah.
And it's like they're kind of loosely done, and the locks of the fleece are really the prominent feature of these skeins, and they're loose and they're curly and they hang out. And Mike's putting the picture up again.
Yeah.
And he's leaving it there for a while for you guys to look at. And all the different colors. Now this is a type of thing, you're not going to make an entire garment out of something like this. It's definitely a feature yarn. So you might do like a collar or cuffs, or it's going to be a feature yarn. And I had seen something like that. I think it was on the Chelsea Pearls podcast, where there's a spinner out east who does something similar to this, but I'd never come across it sort of locally.
Okay.
And just beautiful. The potential to do stuff with it. So I was like, okay, I need to take a picture of it so I remember, and I need your card because one day I want to do something with that yarn. So that was pretty great. Now, then Dad happened to stop in to see what was going on. He'd taken the dog for a walk and stuff. So he swung in while I was at Poppy Yarn and Fiber. And these guys are I'm pretty sure they're from Alberta. Sorry guys, we stood and talked. And
everyone's from Alberta, Mom.
And I know, well that's the rule around here, is it? No, everyone's from Calgary.
Yeah.
Everyone who's not from BC is from Calgary. Anyway, so Dad picked out this really lovely yarn.
Ooh.
Isn't that nice?
It is very nice.
Now for a pair of socks.
Okay.
But this is an amazing, you got to touch this.
Oh.
So this is called this is their Genghis sock base.
Ooh.
It's 435 yards to 100 grams. It's a 3-ply, 70% superwash merino, 20% yak.
Oh.
And 10% nylon. Yes, Calgary. Oh, see, look at that. Everyone is from Calgary. I knew they were from Alberta. So, Genghis sock. And it is so soft. Feel it.
Oh, man. Those aren't socks. Those are slippers.
They aren't even slit. They're something. Give them back.
Okay.
I told you to touch it, but I didn't tell you to keep it.
Oh.
Okay, so
But I want
look how it just the colors, the way they're knit up, are just beautiful. Now I did feel it was sort of a finer yarn than what I usually, and so the way the color's pooling, we're getting like a spiral going up, which I think is pretty cool. And it's a finer yarn than I'm used to knitting. So I am knitting a more stitches.
Okay.
More stitches than I usually do, and I'll talk more about that in whips.
Okay.
Because those turned into a cast on.
Okay.
So that was Poppy Yarn and Fiber from Calgary.
From Calgary.
Everyone who's not from BC is from Calgary.
If you're newer and perhaps don't understand this reference, I don't even know what episode directs you to. I'll just tell the story.
It was just...
There was a... Okay.
All right. So yeah, that was the beginning of our camping trip. So we carried on from there. We went through, part of BC I've never been through. Really interesting country.
Have you never been around Nelson, or?
Nope.
Oh.
No. So we went through Caslow and Ainsworth Hot Springs. We went there one night for a soak. That was nice.
Is that the Ainsworth? Is that the one with the cave?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
I've been there on band trips. So.
Yeah. No, that was super nice. We stayed at Kootenai Creek, and like I said, it was rain, sun, rain, sun, rain, sun. Tarping is kind of a thing in our family.
Yeah.
We have there's this like tarping pride.
Did we get some really good tarpage?
So we got some really good tarpage.
Did anybody get a picture of it?
I don't think so.
Okay, so it wasn't that good tarpage.
No, it was that good.
Oh yeah.
It was that good. I designed it.
Ooh.
And then when Cool Cam came up, and Cool Cam tends to be the connoisseur of tarping. He was like, wow, did you guys look this up somewhere or something? I was like, no.
That was me.
That was me. I did that. But it had one failure point. There was one, which happened to be the awning on the trailer.
Okay.
So then Melanie came up with a gutter system
Ooh.
for the tarps and for over the trailer and so because it was typical. It was just typical. Dad and I had sort of tarps up.
Yep.
So that, because my brother tents.
Yep.
So we wanted to have, if it rained, we wanted to have a sort of a dry place for him, and then he could screw our own tarps as he wanted to.
Yep.
And so basically, like, they arrived and went, wow, great tarps. Like the skies opened up.
Yeah.
So he starts putting up his tent and stuff, and no one can hear anyone else talk because it's so loud because of the rain. And now this failure point makes rears it up its ugly head. We knew it was going to be a problem, so we're digging trenches to get the water out. We're doing all the things, getting just soaked, trying to stay dry.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's good tarping for you.
And then we come up with the plan for the gutter, and we start to get it up there, and it stopped raining. So that's good. We finished getting the gutter system in place.
Nice.
Got everything set up, and then we spent 3 days waiting for enough rain to see if the gutter would work. But it was, in the meantime, it was like, okay, I'm raining, and we're all going, okay, we're watching the gutter.
Yeah.
Right? And then it would stop raining, and not even a drip.
Yeah.
So then we're all going, we're looking down the gutter, and the cottonwoods, like, honestly, it was like you look down, it's like spider webs, and we're going, no, we're waiting for water to come down this gutter. But anyway, so then it did rain hard enough that we got to find out that the gutter worked, and we had to readjust our trenches.
Yeah.
While we're trying to stay dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mel had one of those hammocks that you sleep in.
Yeah. Like
camping.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So she had that strung up between some trees for the first night, and then said, okay, she realized there are a couple things she wanted to tweak about that. Melanie is my niece. And she's, anyway. She's older than you. Yeah.
A little bit older than Melissa.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that was good. But yeah, rain, rain, hail, thunder.
Yep.
Sunshine. We went into Nelson, ran into Nick. Dancing Nick.
Oh, Nick!
Our friend Nick. And that was just weird, because I knew he was in Nelson, but I was like, there's no point in sort of trying to meet up with him. But
then you just ran into him.
Went in, and there was a farmer's market, and I'm looking at something in the farmer's market, and I turn around to see what store's behind me, and somebody's behind me trying to sort of step out of my way so I can see, and then I'm trying to step out of their way so they can see, and then we looked at each other's face, and it was like, oh, hey
Nick.
So got a couple of great big hugs from Nick. That was nice.
That's good.
Nick's the best hugger in the whole wide world. What?
Aren't I the best hugger in the world?
Oh, you're a good hugger too. You're a snuggler. I don't snuggle with Nick.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, to be clear.
Yeah.
Don't snuggle with Nick. Okay. So yeah, that was nice. Ran into Nick.
Nice.
Dad bought gin at the farmer's market.
At the farmer's market?
Yeah. Yeah, saw some fibery things there. Bought new shoes. So, I knew the weather was going to be cool.
Okay.
So, I made sure to take socks. I had lots of my beautiful hand knit socks.
Okay.
And I knew what shoes I was going to take. My sandals that you can wear socks in.
Okay.
And my sort of runner type shoes.
Okay.
Because I was not going to have cold feet.
Okay.
So we're, I don't know, probably 2 hours from home. And I turned to Dad and I said, I forgot my shoes.
Oh, no.
So I'm wearing flip-flops.
Oh.
I mean, they're sandals.
Yeah.
They're good flip-flops, but I had slipped them on to run out to the car to do something, sort
Yeah.
of in the last minutes of organizing
Yeah.
things, and got in the car and never went back in and grabbed my shoes.
Yep.
So I have flip-flops. It's going to be cold weather. I have flip-flops and socks.
Yeah.
Yay. So I happen to be finishing my socks, and I said, well, I'll finish this pair of socks that I'm knitting right now. I'm going to steek them
Okay.
and make them flip-flop workable.
Okay. Oh my god.
Because I do toe up, if I'd been doing top down, I could have, adjusted my knitting at the last minute. But I was literally on like the last rows of the cuff.
Yeah.
And these have just been washed, so they haven't been. So okay, so I'm sitting there wearing these things.
Yeah. Yeah.
They look like lobster claws.
Yeah.
Anyway, Melanie looks down and she says, "Oh, that brings new meaning to camel toe."
Oh god.
Oh my gosh. So
I mean, yeah, sandal socks are a thing.
So I steeked my socks. Never say never. It can be done. And then I put them on. Then I put them on the wrong feet I put them on the wrong way around. Anyway, so there I was. I was styling. I got to tell you, I was styling.
I can only imagine.
I was styling. So not only did I have my camel toe socks in my flip-flops.
Yeah.
Then I did get new. So in Nelson,
Yeah.
I got new shoe sandals.
Okay.
Very nice new shoe sandals. So I could wear my socks. So I had my new shoe sandals.
Okay.
And then I had my bright, like purple, green, brown, blue striped socks. And with the same color heel.
Yeah. Okay.
I had those socks on over my leggings with a dress kind of like this over top of that. And then with an Ursa sweater on top of that.
Styling.
I was styling. So then, on the morning when we're leaving, I'd put my dress on backwards.
Okay.
So I'm sitting at the table, at the picnic table, and I had my dress on, and then I had a fleece jacket over top of that. And I was like, oh, my dress is backwards, which, who cares? Except that it meant that the neck was like this, and it was choking me. So I'm like, well, I need to change that. So I stood up, pulled my arms out of my fleece, pulled my arms into my dress.
Yeah.
Twisted around. But as I was doing that, I ripped this down to here. So that's fine, right? We're hanging out, we're done, put everything away. And then I was like, and I'm wearing this really cute outfit. Yeah. So as we're getting ready, it's like I'm just locking down the trailer. We're going to lock her up and get in the truck and go. And I stood outside and I said, okay, I think I've truly gone native now because I'm wearing this ridiculous outfit. And I said, but is this too much? With basically my boob practically hanging out my underarm. And no bra, of course, because you don't wear a bra when you can. And the consensus was it was too much for potential public interaction. I was comfortable.
Yeah.
It's got to count for something.
Yeah.
But anyway, and I keep flashing them. So there's my current set of nails for those of you who care. And for those of you who are new, I'm a gel nail tech. If you've stuck with us this long, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Because we have barely talked about, we talked about the fiber feeling.
Yeah.
So the beauty of these babies is they glow in the dark.
I was going to ask.
So when it's dark, pitch black out, these things are white.
Okay.
And you don't need to charge them. Like, they glow all night.
Okay, then.
They scared the hell out of me. Because, it's dark. You don't even realize you kind of opened your eyes and you're just sort of adjusting the covers and there's these white things flashing back and forth in front of my face.
Yeah.
They scared me.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
But they're fun. Oh my gosh. If you have a chance to get glow-in-the-dark nails,
Do it.
do it.
Do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So there we go. We've done nails. We did. Oh my gosh. So I'm going back to fibrophilia.
Okay.
The West Coast Color Works. Gentlemen, I went over there. I'm still looking for yarn for my Soldotna.
Okay.
And they had some pretty neat colors in there. And I was like, maybe I can... But my brain just wasn't in that spot. But anyway, so I went over. Well, one lovely gentleman... So full of information.
Okay.
So full. They're from up in the Shoe Swap.
Okay.
Somewhere. Maybe Kamloops? Can't remember. Anyway. But he was very, he really wanted to let me know that, rams can be very busy fellows in the sheep field. You don't want to let your ram in with your sheep unless you're doing it on purpose. I don't even know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but yeah. Anyway, they had a wonderful fiber. They called it Afterglow.
Okay.
Yes, that Afterglow. And then he had me feel as another, this was fiber that was ready to be spun.
Okay.
I can't remember what the fibers were. But it was the softest thing I've ever touched in my life. And he said, yeah, this is what comes before Afterglow. Then his wife calls out from across because she was spinning on the other side of the aisle, and she said, yeah, let's just call it what it is. Lots of ladies, they stick their hand into a bunch of this stuff, and they just say, that's okay, I'm done. I'm done. It's all over. So they called it something orgasm. This yarn. And it was just like, it was the softest thing I had ever touched. But I just, it's like, okay, just leave me and this little fiber alone for a minute. I'm good.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It was wonderful.
And don't put the rams in with the sheep.
Don't put the rams in with because apparently they're very quick little guys. Oh shoot. Okay, and I was gonna share my shawl cuff.
Oh yeah?
That I bought locally here.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. This sort of I kind of am moving into Yarnquisitions here.
Okay.
Yarnquisitions.
Yarnquisitions.
So I picked up this shawl cuff just locally. It's a very simple cuff.
What is a shawl cuff?
So, what is... Good point, Mike. What is a shawl cuff? Well, if I had a shawl handy... Just a second. Let's get a shawl. Oh, look. There's my
Catherine Ann shawl.
Okay, that was easier to grab. So, let's say you have a shawl.
Okay.
And you're trying to figure out how to get your shawl around, and you hate that your shawl is always falling off and it's never staying where you really wanted it to.
Okay.
And you just really, you want to anchor it with something. So you put your shawl cuff around it.
Oh.
And it helps to keep your shawl from falling off.
Okay.
Or your scarf. Or whatever you like.
Okay.
But this was just, a local person who...
Is that leather?
Yeah, so these are actually, I mean, they're sold as bracelets.
Right. But it's also a really nice shawl cuff.
But they work very well as a shawl cuff. And so these are, there's a few companies now that are really putting them out there. Knox Mountain is sort of really pushing their promotion of shawl cuffs right now. Shawl cuff. And Knox Mountain Knits. Mm-hmm. But this is not a Knox Mountain, and we're not sponsored.
Nope.
Okay. So yeah, that was something I picked up just here in town. So yeah, people are recycling old leather belts.
Okay.
And making
shawl cuffs.
Shawl cuffs. And that was the Catherine Ann shawl designed by Sue Gairns.
Knit by Michael.
Knit by Michael. That's another Catherine Ann up there. Okay. So, I already showed you. I got my yarn from Riverstone Yarns.
Yep.
I got my yarn from Poppy. I got my shawl cuff.
I have some acquisitions.
Mike!
I got these.
Oh, I got stitch. Yep, we got stitch markers from Big Blue Mama.
Yep.
And yeah, I think that's it. So, foes! Okay, we're actually talking about knitting now. All things knitting. Yeah. So,
Camel toe
socks.
Camel toe socks.
Here's my finished. So if we just, maybe if I hold them this way. Okay, so I finished my socks that I was knitting using, or one pair of them anyway, using my self-striping yarn from Mud Punch.
Yeah.
I love the striping. I love the stitch definition.
It's
I really,
so good.
really enjoy her yarns. Chantel's yarns are wonderful.
It's so good.
So yeah, Mud Punch, self-striping yarns. If you've been following us at all, you know I'm like, that's the same thing again. I'm a huge fan of her yarns, and they wear really well.
Yeah.
I was about to say they steek well, except this yarn, the contrast yarn was a commercial yarn, and it steeks really well.
Okay.
Have you got a faux?
I have no foes.
No faux. Okay. Whips!
Whip. For whips, I have. Oh gosh, I haven't been working on my knitting a lot.
That's okay. You've had lots of other things going on.
Yep. But I am also working on still this pair of socks with using the yarn that my lovely Robin got for Valentine's Day. So I've now begun the heel turn. I finished the gusset. I'm now doing the heel turn on this one foot.
Are you following the directions that I gave you?
I am following the directions.
Are they kind of weird and not working?
Not that I've noticed.
Okay, carry on then.
Yeah. So, yeah, that guy is I think where I was last time we recorded. So, you know, that much. And then this guy, I haven't actually started on the short rows and such yet. So it's much closer up.
That is funny though, how, I mean, obviously you're working that yarn from both ends, right?
Yeah, basically.
And so the yarn is obviously like, it starts with the bright variations, and then towards the end of the ball it goes into these more marled variations.
Yeah.
And it is super cool.
Yeah.
Like,
same ball of yarn.
yeah, and they look like completely different socks. I want to look at your heel here.
Okay.
Okay.
What are we noticing about the heel?
Well, just when I went to do my heel, I was like, what the hell am I doing? This is stupid.
Okay.
And
it's how I've always done it, so.
I know. And then I realized that it was really over complicated.
Okay.
So I rewrote sorry, we're both just smelling burning, melting plastic.
False alarm.
Yeah, okay, don't know what that was.
And we got cherries now.
But now we have Okanagan cherries.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're talking about faux whips. Oh, sorry, I need to answer this quickly. Keep going.
I put very in my mouth.
Oh, okay. So we're on whips. So I talked about my socks. I haven't done any work on the scarf or the sweater, the Ursa sweater. I'm just I have some sort of I was stalled on it in the last week because I was thinking like, okay, my best way. Because I need to separate out the sleeves is basically the next thing that I need to do.
Okay.
The best way to do that would be with a cord and the stoppers for both sleeves.
Which I had.
Which you had. So then I was thinking, okay, well maybe I'll use, some scrap yarn and just tie it off.
Waste yarn, yeah.
And I just didn't.
Okay, you know what? That's totally cool.
Yeah. And
that's totally cool.
I actually realized why I haven't been getting as much knitting in recently. It's because we're not watching Critical Role together. By extension. We're not watching Critical Role together. So I am sitting here at my computer watching Critical Role, and while I'm doing that, I'm playing video games.
Yeah.
I'm playing Factorio, for anyone who knows what that is.
You can come and watch Critical Role
Yeah.
with me.
It's just I don't have time.
Okay. Well, if you're sitting here doing
yeah.
it, you can do it in the other room.
Yep.
Anyway, okay. Well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to be an all the time thing.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right. So whips. I kind of showed you these before. These are a pair of socks that I am knitting for my husband.
Is one of those spiraling more than the other one?
Yes.
Interesting.
Cool, hey?
Yeah.
So, I have started my gusset increases down the side. So these are toe up. I have 72 stitches on 2.5 millimeter needles. This is poppy yarn. They're, what did I call it? They're they're Genghis sock. Genghis socks. Did you know that we're related to Genghis Khan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun fact. Okay, they're Genghis sock base, which is made with yak. And again, I'm just sort of following my own pattern, which I'm apparently rewriting as I knit these.
Apparently.
So that's, and we call it the because mom told me so pattern. It's not an actual pattern.
No, it's something Mum wrote.
Because mom said this is how you make socks. But I love the way it's pooling. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, Lloyd picked the colorway out himself, and they're so soft. Mm-hmm. So there's that.
It's the yak.
Yeah. And then there's all those other projects that I've been working on that have kind of been... Oh, and this. So, obviously, I got this... Today's...
Sunday.
The 30th.
So
I got this yarn a week ago.
Yep.
And basically from this marker is what I knit in the car yesterday coming home.
Oh, wow.
Was on both socks, of course.
Yeah.
So car knitting, it's a thing.
Yep.
But there were some very, very windy roads we were on, and I wasn't doing a lot of knitting while we were doing that, or that would have got nasty. Okay, so I've also been working on, because it's been like almost 3 weeks. So I've been working on my Big Blue Mama sweater.
Yes, which...
So based on some of the baskets that we know, as coming from Big Blue Mama, the African baskets.
Yeah.
And so I got sort of the body section of this sweater completed. So this is using the Juniper Moon Farms yarn Santa Cruz.
Yes, which you were sent.
Which they sent me because I said I was wanting to design a colorwork sweater with them. And the colorwork, I think, is coming out lovely. Mm-hmm. The one sort of caveat to this is that this sort of teal blue section is actually using their Patagonia yarn held double.
Okay.
Because I needed this color.
Yeah.
And I was told that that these colors would be available when it comes out. So anyway, so I'm starting on the sleeve.
That's very nice.
And it's going to have a split hem. So the intention is to be like not a fully cropped sweater, but something that's going to land at about like your jeans height, your waist, sort of where your pant waist or skirt waist would be. So not like super cropped, but... And then I haven't finished this bottom part because I don't like the bottom part. I think I'm going to pull it back.
Yeah.
I'm going to end this, because this was the original color section went from like this black line to this black line. Yeah. And I'm going to pull this out and I'm going to do it in just the oatmeal color. Yeah. And the other, I thought, anyway, and it's going to curl, and I tried doing the ribbing with the color work, and that didn't work. Anyway, so I'm just sort of waiting to decide, till I get at least one sleeve done, how that bottom is going to finish itself off. But I'm really, really happy with the way this has come out so far.
Mm-hmm. It is very nice. I do like this design.
I like it too. So yeah, that's based on the weaving pattern of the African baskets from Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
That we know them in the sort of as the Big Blue Mama baskets. So
Okay.
yeah, that's one of those projects that I'm working on. I'm hoping that there will be lots more.
Decent.
Oh my gosh, and that brings us to Mike.
Hi.
What do you bring to the table?
Well, today I
I
wanted...
need a cherry.
You were going to eat a cherry. I wanted to revisit some ones that I've brought up previously because you and I have actually had a chance to play these now. So I wanted to talk a little bit about them and you know, some experience with them.
Yeah.
So first up, I wanted to talk about probably one of the heavier games I own in terms of strategic and rules and all that good stuff. I think Gloomhaven still wins that. Anyway, Terra Mystica. I've spoken about it previously. It is the game where you play as one of 14 different factions on a hex world where you can only build on one particular type of land. So you have to change the land around you to allow you to build your things on it. So how did you feel playing it?
Well, it took me a minute to remember what this game was.
Yeah.
It was a neat game. I think and I mean initially it's just sort of like, okay, well, I'll try this and see what happens
Yeah.
because it is fairly
There's a
heavy,
lot going on.
yeah, it's pretty heavy in the sort of what's going on, but I mean, I would absolutely be open to playing it again. By now I've probably forgotten everything I learned
Of course,
the first time.
Yeah, and
But no, because I could see at first I was like, I don't understand why you would want to do this or
Yeah.
that or what difference does it make.
yeah,
And then by the time I sort of was like, oh, I'm going to do this and this and this because this is what I hope to achieve. It was like, well, that's a stupid goal because it has nothing to do with how you win the game, and
Yeah.
the game's going to be over by the time anyway.
yeah,
So yeah, definitely. I think once you're familiar with it,
yeah,
good times.
yeah, and yeah, it has lots of replay value. There are 14 different factions in the base box with expansions that add more and all sorts of different bonuses and yeah. And the other one I wanted to talk about is one that is much lighter, although still a little bit heavy, is Welcome to Your Perfect Home. The Suburban Planner, part of the sort of the comeback of the roll and write genre, which Yahtzee is the most well-known roll and write game. But this one uses decks of cards instead of dice. Yeah, what did you think making... you made Susanville.
I don't know what I did, but anyway, yeah, no, it was fun. It was it was a good one. It's like you sort of need to play it through once to kind of understand
Yeah.
what's going on. I think we're about halfway through when I figured out.
Well, yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, because you'd forgotten about the...
I'd forgotten about an entire portion
objective
of the game
system and...
because you've got different. There's sort of. Yeah, there's a lot of different stuff you're trying to accomplish at once. Which, when you compare it to Yahtzee, I would compare it to, like, what is it in Yahtzee? If you get all of the 3 of a kinds,
Yeah.
then you get a bonus or something.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of sort of that kind of thing going on where... Anyway. Like, yeah. But no, now that I've played it once, I would love to play it again.
Okay. And, yeah, just so that you know, Terra Mystica is for ages 14 plus, which is generally the highest age bracket that you see printed on board game boxes, for between 2 and 5 players, and it takes about 30 minutes per player to play.
Yeah.
And if you're learning the game, that's likely to take longer. And Welcome to is for between 1 and 100 players. In theory, you can play this with any number of players as long as everyone has a sheet and is able to see the decks of cards. For ages 10 plus, and takes about 25 minutes to play.
That was fun.
Yeah.
When you sort of get it. Forget what's going on.
Yeah.
Cool.
These were two games that I was certainly very excited to introduce into my collection and play with people. So I'm glad to hear that you enjoyed them.
Yes.
And would play them again. So
yes, I did. Yes. Yeah, good times.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for that, Mike.
Thank you for letting me talk about one of my hobbies.
And now, and you did a game thing one day.
Yeah, I did a live stream a little while ago for Chill Games to Knit 2. Just because I had time and I hadn't done one in a while, but I didn't. Previously on Chill Games to Knit 2, I've been playing World of Warcraft with the Adventures of Day Ko, the Pandaren hunter. But I just decided, you know what? Another chill game that can be knit to is Euro Truck Simulator 2, which is just a game where you drive a truck around and deliver things. And I just sort of, you know what? I feel like streaming this, so here we go.
I think you can chill game to knit to just about anything.
Well, almost. Maybe
not first-person shooters.
Yeah, and there are certain games that I'm like, no, this would not work. Anyway, we actually picked up a couple subscribers from that who came to the stream because it was Euro Truck and subscribed because they thought I was nice
or whatever.
Yep. So yeah, shout out to Karma Comment Chameleon. And I'm sorry, I can't remember the other person's name.
They're probably not watching this anyway.
Who knows? Yeah, but still, if you are, hi.
They probably went, oh, that's not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So on to events from around the world. Okay. So these ones are all pretty quick happening things. So on Wednesday, July 3rd, 2019, it's the Knit and Crochet Night at the Orlando Public Library in Orlando, Florida. Yes, it is. Knit and Crochet Night.
Ooh.
Woo! Okay.
Did it mention if that was a recurring thing, or was it...
It probably is. On Thursday, July 4th. I was about to say Mother's Day. Which was followed by St. Patrick's. No! Happy Independence Day!
Happy Independence Day, all you Americans.
It's Modular Style Intarsia Workshop. That sounds interesting. In at the Jyväskylä Summer Knit Festival in Jyväskylä, Finland.
Jyväskylä. Yeah.
Sorry, I apologize to all you Finnish people. I just completely butchered that.
Because in Finnish, the J is a y.
I was grabbed by the modular style Intarsia.
Modular style. So you make...
Well, Intarsia is modular style.
Oh, okay.
It just is. Okay, and Friday, July 5th, it's the Black Sheep Gathering at Lynn County Events Center in Albany, Oregon. Black Sheep Gathering.
Okay.
Lynn County Events Center. Okay. So. Are you still with us? If you are, congratulations. Leave us a comment. Let us know that you made it.
Yes.
We appreciate you, and thank you for spending some time with us.
Thank you so much.
And that was a lot of catching up. We had almost 3 weeks, and we don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
In a month, I'm going away for another 10 days, and you're going to be away house sitting.
Yep.
And
but yeah,
cars
I should be able to come down here and do some recording. So
we'll try to get back on track.
Yes.
Happy summer.
Happy summer.
Happy Canada Day. Go red and white.
Yeah, happy Independence Day to all you people who celebrate Independence Day.
All right.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us today. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us out here on YouTube, reach a larger audience, and perhaps grow. Follow us on Instagram, Close Knit Family Knitcast. Join us on Ravelry. All the information for that will be on the end card and in the description. And as always, keep your knitting close and your family closer.
Bye.
Bye.